Well, we have 3 different estates, as you know. Hassan centenary terraces will begin construction right after the summer, because the first stage of the construction of that estate requires us to develop the revetment on the eastern side. Clearly now we're in the summer season, there are people on the beach, so we can hardly commence construction work now. But as soon as the bathing season is over, we'll start that construction, which is essential, and we'll be able to lay the foundations on that as soon as we can thereafter. In terms of Bob Peliza Mews, as you know, the current site has the old electricity generating station, which, as you know, is being commissioned, because we have the new one on the North Mole, the LNG plant. So that needs to be demolished. Then the site needs to be decontaminated, and construction can begin thereafter. In relation to the third estate, Chatham Views, which we announced last week, the site of the current West Side School, will require demolition, which we envisage will probably happen by the first quarter of this year, and construction will commence then. So in terms of construction, I think logistically or chronologically, we'll start with Hassan centenary terraces, followed by Chatham Views, and the third, I think, one to commence will be Bob Peliza Mews. And while there will probably be a phase of between, I'd say maybe a year between the 3, but they will become available more or less at the same time. Bob Peliza Mews, for example, will have 2 phases, so the first phase will probably be ready at more or less the same time as the others. There won't be that much difference in terms of construction between the 3.
So what's the interest been like since you launched?
We first announced Bob Peliza Mews on the 31st of May, and the website that we created for it went live then. Since then, that website has had 6,500 hits. It went live this morning with the plans and the prices, and this morning we've had, since 9 o'clock this morning, we've had in excess of 2,300 hits, of which 1,600 are new users. And as of 3 o'clock this afternoon, we've already received 230 applications for purchase in that estate.
Out of how many flats?
There are 399 flats for purchase at Bob Peliza Mews, and in addition to that there'll be a further 83 homes for rental, which are purposely built flats for the elderly.
Now, these properties, in terms of price, range from 133,000 to just over 300,000. You know, some people are saying that this isn't affordable.
Well, I don't agree, and what you've described, first of all, is the full price. Remember that everybody has the opportunity of purchasing these properties on a 50-50 basis. So everybody can purchase those at 50% of the figures that you've just mentioned. No one will be penalized for buying on a 50-50 basis, and no one will have an advantage if they wish to acquire it on a 100% basis. Everyone will have the same opportunity, because your priority in allocation depends on where you are on the waiting list, essentially, in the basis of the defined criteria that we have. I think that the figures speak for themselves. The website went live, the prices were announced at 9 o'clock this morning. We've already had almost enough interest as we have the number of units. The closing date for applications will be the end of September. When we did this exercise for Hassan centenary terraces, we had almost 4 times the number of applications that we have units available, homes available. I think that shows that the purchase price has been pitched in a way that, because it gives rise to so much interest, that is affordable to people who are applying to purchase. The price of the homes has been costed at what it costs us to build it. There is no profit element. That is what it costs. The government is, in addition to that, subsidizing 50% of the purchase price for those who are interested. I think it's a very, very good deal, personally.